All right. Hi, King Bobu 244. Nice with thanks. Hi, Jelani user 0BAF4. Nice to have you guys with us. It's the 3rd of October 2023. This month is promising to be an interesting ride as Uptober is still trending on Twitter. So that's kind of interesting. All right, let's get into it. Singapore greenlights another exchange. GSR gains in principle approval from the MAS. The MAS is the Monetary Authority of Singapore. Global sorry about that. Global cryptocurrency trading firm and liquidity provider GSR has received in principle approval from the Monetary Authority of Singapore, MAS. Singapore's regulatory clarity and favorable environment for crypto and blockchain developers have made it an attractive hub for crypto exchanges because they know what to expect, unlike other places around the world that need to up their game, right? All right, Argentina's economic crossroads, CBDC or dollarization, the voter's dilemma. Sergio Massa, presidential candidate, aims to introduce a central bank digital currency to respond to the country's long-standing struggle with hyperinflation. In contrast, his main rival, Javier Milei, advocates for dollarization to stabilize the economy. Meanwhile, the CBDC would be accompanied by a money laundering law allowing individuals with funds abroad to repatriate and use them freely. Just going to check something really quickly because there's a trend in South America where people that like CBDCs like to have a lot of control over the government. Checking right now, he's the current minister of the economy. It's his political party. Renewal Front, just to sell you this. Let's see. Renewal Front is a Peronist political party in Argentina led by Economy Minister Sergio Massa, presently part of the center-left political coalition Union for the Homeland. So yeah, that makes kind of sense. Used to be part of the Front for Victory, United for a New Alternative, Uno País, Frente de Todos, Unión por la Patria. So he's a center-left. Yeah, that makes sense. Not being surprised at all there. They would like CBDCs more than dollarization because they hate the US. That's part of it. Also, the CBDC allows a lot of centralization and a lot of control over the economy, which doesn't surprise me from their point of view. The problem is they're the ones that put this economy into the, how do I put this nicely? Into the shitter where it is and where it belongs, the way they've set up the rules. That's where it is, and that's perfectly logical and it makes sense from an economic point of view. It's entirely their choice to set it up this way. CertiK report highlights crypto scam trend in September. A recent CertiK report highlighted the trend of crypto scams in the industry last month. Crypto exploits escalate as market participants voice concerns. So September 2023 has emerged as the worst month of the year for crypto-related exploits, with a staggering $329.8 million in cryptocurrency stolen. This unsettling milestone highlights the persistent challenges faced by the crypto industry in maintaining security and protecting digital assets. Blockchain security firm CertiK, in its analysis released on October 2nd, identified the primary contributor to this month's losses as the Mixin network attack that occurred on September 23. Hello, Binance7SQX and Binance user 293B. Nice to have you with us. Yeah, the economy in Argentina is just sad. It's a depressing thing to think about. Well, what's even more depressing is how it's entirely their fault. Let me just look at inflation in Argentina really quickly, just to give you an idea. What is the inflation rate for Argentina? Argentina's annual inflation soared by 113.4% in June, easing from 111 Sorry, 115.6% in the previous month. The monthly inflation rate in Argentina eased to 6% in June of 2023 from 7.8% in the prior month and below market expectations of a 7% rise. Argentina's inflation is insane, and it's because of the way they set up their currency so they can keep printing, and just it's not a good way to do it. I actually had an Argentinian sit me down and explain it to me, and at one point he shows a video of Argentina's parliament clapping when they default on the debt. I've never seen people so happy to be so bad at economics. Anyhow, Lazarus Group deploys new stealth malware and job scams. Oh boy. North Korean hacker group Lazarus has unveiled a new malware in the form of job scams, North Korean hackers, and global security concerns. So it's going to be even more complicated to find work in blockchain and crypto. So security firm ESET's senior malware researcher Peter Kelnay disclosed these findings in a post on September 29th. The discovery was made while analyzing a fake job attack targeting a Spain-based aerospace firm. Also, it doesn't matter what kind of company it is. It doesn't even have to be related to crypto. They'll still try to use scams. ESET researchers stumbled upon a previously undocumented backdoor named Lightless Can. During their investigation, the Lazarus Group has a history of employing fake job scams as part of its cyber espionage efforts. Typically, these scams involve luring victims with the promise of employment at a well-known company. Once enticed, victims are tricked into downloading a malicious payload disguised as documents, leading to various forms of cyber harm. However, Kelnay points out that the new Lightless Can payload represents a significant advancement over its predecessor, Blinding Can. What sets Lightless Can apart is its ability to mimic native Windows commands, allowing it to execute discreetly within the remote access Trojan, or RAT, itself, avoiding the noisy console executions that would typically raise suspicion. This stealthy approach provides a considerable advantage in terms of evading real-time monitoring solutions like endpoint detection and response systems and post-incident digital forensic tools. Furthermore, the new malware employs what Kelnay describes as execution guardrails. Yikes. Yeah, we really need to do something about about hacks. SEC accuses former FTX auditor of violating independence rules. Let's take a look. So the Securities and Exchange Commission has accused a former FTX auditor of violating auditor independence rules. Auditor independence and its role in financial reporting. So I believe auditor independence is an absolute necessity when it comes to auditing. This case highlights the significance of maintaining independence and impartiality in the auditing profession. Auditor independence is a cornerstone of financial reporting and is vital for ensuring that investors and the public can trust the accuracy and reliability of financial statements and disclosures. When auditors compromise their independence, it can have serious consequences for the integrity of financial markets and the protection of investors. The allegations against Prager Metis also raise questions about the oversight and regulation of auditing firms. The SEC's role in enforcing auditor independence rules underscores the importance of regulatory agencies in upholding standards within the financial industry. Interesting. See how that goes. So IMF, International Monetary Fund, drops major framework to tackle crypto risks. What you need to know. The IMF has released a paper proposing a framework for tracking and understanding systemic risks in the crypto sector. The paper introduces a crypto risk assessment matrix, or CRAM, aimed at aiding policymakers in identifying global and prudential risks associated with crypto assets. Alongside discussing the growing importance of crypto assets in the global financial sector, the paper emphasizes the need for thorough regulatory and policy frameworks to mitigate potential risks. A three-step methodology. The framework proposes a three-step approach to comprehensively evaluate the risks. The first step employs a decision tree to gauge the significance of the crypto sector to a country's economy. Following this, the second step scrutinizes indicators akin to those in traditional finance to ascertain the scope for systemic risk. Finally, the third step looks at the macro financial implications that crypto assets could have on a national scale. According to the paper, each of these steps contributes to a more effective policy response. While the framework has a broad global application, it also caters to country-specific needs. It highlights areas of prudential risk linked to crypto assets within individual jurisdictions. Significantly, the country-level analysis elucidates vulnerabilities and proposes potential policy tools to mitigate systemic risks. Interesting. So, CFTC chair highlights crypto enforcement actions and calls for legislative update. CFTC Chair Rostin Benham emphasizes the need for updated legislation to keep pace with the crypto industry and its developments. CFTC's enforcement division collected a remarkable $6 billion in penalties in fiscal year 2023, with 34% related to digital assets. Benham's call for modernizing regulations clashes with SEC Chair Gensler's support for retaining Depression-era financial laws. Actually, we're not using Depression-era financial laws anymore. That hasn't been the case for a while, and that's why the 2018-2019 economic issue happened. If we'd kept those in place, that wouldn't have been possible. Well, that's another story. Yeah, so they're at odds apparently about what legislation is outdated and what isn't. Silk Road founder marks 10 years in prison amidst calls for clemency. I think I read this. Ross Ulbricht, the founder of the now defunct online black market Silk Road, marked a significant milestone. During its operation from February 2011 to July 2013, the Silk Road reportedly enabled sales totaling 9,519,664 bitcoins, with a commission of 600,000 bitcoins. Ross Ulbricht, the founder of the now defunct online black market Silk Road, marked a full decade spent in prison. Just one day before the 10th anniversary of Ulbricht's imprisonment on October 1st, 2023, his personal laptop used to manage Silk Road was seized by the U.S. Federal Bureau of Investigation. This event adds another layer to the ongoing debate surrounding Ulbricht's conviction and sentence. That's crazy. They just took it now. His alias was Dread Pirate Roberts. It featured a payment system built on the cryptocurrency Bitcoin. The platform gained notoriety for facilitating illicit transactions, including drug trafficking and other illegal activities. Hi, Binance user 63,007. Welcome to the show. During its operation from February 2011 to July 2013, we talked about the amount of Bitcoins. That's like $80 million in commissions and $1.2 billion in sales in 2 years. So Ross Ulbricht's case has attracted widespread attention, with numerous organizations and 500,000 individuals signing a virtual petition advocating for his release. The crypto and Bitcoin communities in particular have been vocal supporters of Ulbricht. Some have even referred to him as a Bitcoin political prisoner, emphasizing the significance of his case within the cryptocurrency space. While many argue that the punishment meted out to Ulbricht was unjust, others view the case differently. The prosecution had alleged that Ulbricht hired hitmen to have several individuals killed, although this was never officially charged to him and remains a claim. Some users highlight the darker aspects of Silk Road, such as its role in sex trafficking and drug trade, contending that it was utilized by terrible people to engage in illicit activities. Supporters of Ulbricht draw parallels between the Silk Road's activities and those on modern social media platforms. They argue that similar illicit activities occur on these platforms as well. This perspective contributes to the ongoing debate about the fairness of Ulbricht's sentencing. A leading website dedicated to securing his release has posted sentences handed down to others involved with Silk Road. These sentences, on average, amounted to around 6 years. Interestingly, the top drug seller on the platform received only 7 years in prison and is currently free. Moreover, the creators of Silk Road 2.0, a subsequent iteration of the marketplace, served relatively short sentences of up to 6.5 years and are now all free as well. So maybe they wanted to make an example. Binance and CEO Changpeng Zhao under legal fire for alleged sabotage of rival FTX. I've heard this before, but let's see if there's anything new to this. So they're embroiled in a lawsuit accusing them of undermining competitor FTX through market manipulation. Both Binance and FTX are currently under separate legal actions by the SEC, adding to the complexities of the cryptocurrency exchange landscape. The lawsuit was initiated on October 2nd, so that was yesterday, by Nir Lahav, a California resident. He accuses Binance and Zhao of engaging in practices that amount to unfair competition and attempts to monopolize the cryptocurrency market. The primary focus of these allegations is the purported undermining of FTX, a rival cryptocurrency exchange. Central to the lawsuit is a series of tweets from Zhao in early November, which coincided with a crucial period in FTX's financial trajectory. On November 6th, Zhao publicly announced the decision to divest Binance's holdings in FTX's utility token FTT. The plaintiffs argue that this announcement was not only misleading, but was also made with malicious intent. They claimed that Binance had already divested its FTT holdings before the tweet was made. The intention behind the announcement, they suggest, was to artificially depress the market price of FTT. Adding fuel to the fire, the content of Zhao's tweet hinted at a reluctance to support people who lobby against other industry players behind their backs. This was perceived by the plaintiffs as a veiled jab at FTX CEO SBF and his regulatory efforts. The aftermath of Zhao's tweets saw a significant drop in FTT's price, plummeting from $23.1510 to a mere $3.1468. This drastic decline allegedly pushed FTX to the brink of bankruptcy, leaving its leadership scrambling to salvage the situation. The plaintiffs contend that this was not a mere coincidence, but a calculated move by Binance and Zhao to weaken a competitor and solidify Binance's dominance in the market. Even if it was, I wouldn't care because it showed how much corruption and other illegal activities were going on at FTX that needed to stop. The use of user funds would have kept going on for longer. And the issues that SBF is in court today for would be much larger than they are at the moment. The broader implications and ongoing SEC scrutiny. So I'm curious what you guys think about that, actually. Hi Malik 4800, Binance user E828E hi. Hello Jelani user OBAF4. Okay, A4 Michael C001C. Hi Oi Bell 87 and hi RDR. Yeah, we'll see what happens with this court case, but I don't expect it to go anywhere. They're on very shaky grounds. Kenya's parliament takes firm stance on WorldCoin initiative. Kenya's parliamentary committee has called for an immediate suspension of the WorldCoin initiative, citing user privacy issues and the controversial method of iris scanning for digital ID creation. The committee urges the Communications Authority of Kenya to cease WorldCoin's virtual operations and advocates for the development of comprehensive cryptocurrency regulations. It's not even cryptocurrency regulations at that point. Like, you need to keep organizations from taking people's iris and handprints and stuff. Terraform Labs and Doquan. Investors decided to withdraw class action lawsuits. A group of investors has unexpectedly withdrawn their class action lawsuit against Terraform Labs and Doquan amidst other ongoing legal challenges. Doquan faces legal scrutiny from the SEC and has been arrested in Montenegro, leading to uncertainties about his future and potential extradition. Yeah, I should probably see if I can interview him while he's here. I don't know if he speaks. Actually, I've never seen an interview with Doquan. I should look it up. Do we know why? In a move that left many puzzled, on September 28th, lawyers representing Nick Patterson filed a notice of voluntary dismissal at the United States District Court for the Northern District of California. This notice, specifically targeting Terraform Labs and Doquan, has led to widespread speculation about the reasons behind this abrupt decision. While the document did not delve into the explicit reasons for the case's withdrawal without prejudice, it did highlight that the Terraform Labs defendants have neither answered the complaint nor filed motions for summary judgment. This suggests that the legal proceedings were in their early stages and the decision to withdraw might have been strategic. So they might start over with more information. The withdrawal of the class action lawsuit is just one piece of the puzzle. Terraform Labs and Doquan continue to grapple with other significant legal challenges. In February, the US SEC launched a civil suit against the duo, accusing them of masterminding a multi-billion-dollar crypto asset securities fraud. He's in Montenegro as well. Was arrested in March on charges related to using falsified travel documents. His subsequent 4-month prison sentence has led to further uncertainties. The primary concern now is whether Kwan will gain his freedom in Montenegro post his sentence, or if he will be extradited to other jurisdictions such as the US or South Korea for additional legal confrontations. I wonder if I could get an interview with him. I don't know if you guys would be interested in that. Hi, anonymous user B316, Bilal 334, Jadwal BNC, Timanira Fash. Nice to have you guys with us. Hi. All right, so that's that. Let's see what else is going on. Crypto mining operators in Kazakhstan urge the president for tax reforms. It's such a big deal in Kazakhstan, they need to change things. In an open letter to the president, crypto mining operators in Kazakhstan expressed deep concerns over soaring energy costs. High energy prices have prompted major players to suspend operations and plan to exit Kazakhstan by year end, same time frame. Taxes on energy consumption by crypto miners introduced in 2022 have impacted the industry despite relatively lower electricity costs. Huh. So it's an open letter to President Kassym-Jomart Tokayev expressing deep concerns. The letter signed by prominent entities such as BCD Company, TT Tech Limited, KZ Systems, AI Solutions, Green Power Solution, Vercom, and Kerner Invest paints a grim picture of the local crypto mining landscape. It highlights that the industry is currently in a very distressful situation due to the exorbitant energy prices imposed on miners. All major players in the industry have suspended their activities and are planning to cease their operations entirely in the Republic of Kazakhstan by the year's end. This precarious situation not only jeopardizes the livelihoods of countless miners, but also derails the government's efforts to regulate the broader crypto industry, particularly mining. So there was a decision to impose taxes on energy consumption by crypto miners, a measure introduced on January 1st, 2022. This move was driven by national frustration with crypto miners' previously undertaxed usage of the national power grid. Interestingly, even with the new tax regime, the cost of 1 kilowatt per hour of taxed electricity in Kazakhstan remains significantly lower at approximately 0.067, so 6 cents 70 US dollars, compared to the pre-tax average of 12 cents per kilowatt hour in the United States. In 2022, the Kazakh government reportedly collected around 3.07 billion tenges, or $7 million, in tax payments from crypto mining entities. That's interesting, because that means that it's cheaper, but their business models weren't prepared for it to be even half the price of the cost of doing it in the US. Despite this injection of funds into the state's coffers, the letter firmly asserts that the country has already lost its standing among crypto mining giants like the United States, Russia, and China, and the industry is on the brink of extinction. The mining executives contend that with urgent intervention from the government, the digital mining sector in Kazakhstan will continue to exist. And without it won't, basically, is what they're saying. That's interesting. We got something else. BTG Pactual expands digital strategy with Orama acquisition. BTG Pactual advances, well, I just read that. So with crypto brokerage Orama's Block 3 fund focusing on digital assets surged 30% in value within a year. BTG Pactual's crypto forays include plans for a US dollar-pegged stablecoin BTG DOL. Interesting. Let's take a look at CoinMarketCap. It was interesting. So the fear and greed index is down to 44. It was at 47 yesterday. We had a really good 24 hours, approximately 24 hours, maybe 14 hours, maybe 15, but about a day where the crypto market cap actually went up 3% yesterday, and it's down 2.79% today. So it looks like there was an influx and outflux of crypto. That's very suspicious to me. Bitcoin is at $27,520.77. That's down 3.03% compared to yesterday. Still 5.05% up over the last 7 days. Ethereum is at $1,660.67, down 3.91% in the last 24 hours, up 4.69% in the last 7 days. BNB is at $214.39, down 2.18% in the last 24 hours, up 1.25% in the last 7 days. XRP is at 50 cents 99, just below 51 cents, 2.68% down in the last 24 hours, 1.79% up in the last 7 days. Solana Sol is up 2.71% today in the last 24 hours, and up 27.72% in the last 7 days to $24.64. That's actually quite impressive. ADA from Cardano is down 1.69% in the last 24 hours, still up 7.25% in the last 7 days to 26 cents 35. Dogecoin, 6 cents 186, down 2.81% in the last 24 hours, up 1.95% in the last 7 days. Hello, Danjidul and Russell Islam 123. Nice to have you guys with us. TRX from Tron is down 1.89% in the last 24 hours, up 3.58% in the last 7 days to 8 cents 776. And Toncoin is down 6.27% in the last 7 days, down 1.45% in the last 24 hours. No change in the last hour to $2.04. That is strange. I've never seen a 0%. That's amazing. Is there trade today? Volume 24 hours. There is, but it just has not changed today. Okay, fascinating. Matic on Polygon is up 8.94% in the last 7 days, up 0.08% over the last 24 hours, and up 1.06% last 24 hour, last hour, sorry, to 56 cents 57. That's interesting. Let's look at the biggest losers and winners in the last 24 hours. Let's start with the losers because that's always it's always nice to end with the winners. So Pepe is down 9.26% over the last 24 hours, still up 6.54% in the last 7 days. Rune Thorchain down 7.77% in the last 24 hours, but still up 18.16% over the last 7 days. So still doing better than last week, but not better than yesterday. Sui is down 7.40% in the last 24 hours to 45 cents 32. Rune from Thorchain is at $2.01. Ape from ApeCoin is down 6.83% over the last 24 hours to $1.15. Op from Optimism is down 6.46% in the last 24 hours to $1.36. All of these are positive over the last 7 days, just negative over the last 24 hours, which makes things very interesting. Comp from Compound is down 5.79% to $44.71. CurveDAO's token, CRV, is down 5.40% over the last 24 hours, also down 4.20% over the last 7 days to 48 cents 9. RPL from Rocket Pool is down 5.19% over the last 24 hours, almost no change over the last 7 days. It's a slight uptick of 0.20% to $21.78. ARB from Arbitrum down 5.24% over the last 24 hours, still up 12.65% over last week to 92 cents 45. Hi, Binance user 21 BDC and Manus 54 CC2. Nice to have you with us. Let's look at the biggest winners. See there are not a lot above 1%. There are only 3. Gala from Gala Games is up 7.07% in the last 24 hours, also up 22.34% in the last 7 days, 1.78% in the last hour. I believe a new game called Legacy came out yesterday. Maybe that's why. So it's up to 1 cent, 627. Bitcoin SV, BSV, is up 7.07% in the last 24 hours, down 1.11% in the last hour, up 30.10% in the last 7 days to $39.96. Solana is the one we talked about earlier that's been doing quite well today, up 2.70% in the last 24 hours, 2.25% just in the last hour, up 27.41% over the last 7 days to $24.59. And then everything is up below 1% in the last 24 hours or going down. So there are only 6 cryptocurrencies in the top 100 cryptocurrencies that are actually going up in the last 24 hours. They are Gala, Bitcoin SV, so BSV, Solana, EOS, Matic from Polygon, CFX from Conflux, and that's it. Everything else is in the negative. That's actually crazy. And a lot of things are quite in the negative, actually, for the last 24 hours. But somehow we're still in a fear and greed index of 44. How's this calculated again? When the value is close to 0, the market is in extreme fear and investors have oversold irrationally. When the value is close to 100, the market is in extreme greed, indicating a likely market correction. CoinMarketCap uses the price and trading data of the most popular crypto coins together with our unique user behavior data to present a more accurate crypto market sentiment. So we don't have the exact algorithm because everybody else would do the same thing probably. And just copy and paste. But yeah, today is close to the orange. Yesterday we were much higher in the yellow. So maybe that's what that's about. Hi, anonymous user BF152. Nice to have you with us. So that's interesting. All right, I think we're actually already done for today, which is crazy. I don't see what else we have to really talk about. The bull run is still trending on Twitter, which is strange. Maybe that's because of yesterday, people catching up to what happened yesterday, where Bitcoin was above $28,000 per Bitcoin. Now it's down to 27,520. I think a lot of people had theirs set to sell at 28,000 something, depending on what it was, maybe automatically. We can actually probably see the exact price where people started selling. We look here. It's this point right there. 28,400.49 is when it starts crashing here and doing a little crescendo down. This peak, 28,400. What's this one? If they're all at 28,400, it means a whole bunch of people or some really big sellers have, that's just below 28,434.86 is the highest we hit yesterday. Just give you an idea. So it looks like it's dropped to around 27,500 and it's staying there for most of the day. Americans should be waking up now, so we'll see what happens there. So let's see. Let me see what happened yesterday. What time did this take off? So this time is European time, so it's like Paris and Berlin time. 23:40, so that would be late evening American time. Early morning in Asia, maybe. And then it ended 23:50. So it started around midnight and it ended almost exactly 24 hours later. This big jump. So it ended 5:30 p.m. my time. So it ended in the morning for Americans. Basically, they woke up and started selling. I guess looks like that short bull run was a just from looking at the times, it looks like it had something to do with Asia. That's interesting. Asia, then Europe jumping in on it, and then boom, big selling pressure all of a sudden right there. Huh. Oh, that's interesting. But we're definitely above where we were before this. We were around 27,000. Now we're at 27,500. So it's not bad. Look over a month. This day's jump was quite substantial. Almost as big as the drop in on the 11th of September. So we're just, yeah. It's interesting. Something's going on. I'm not going to try to elaborate more. But thanks for following us. Hi, Moo120 and Chief 28. Nice to have you with us. So next, we'll see what happens tomorrow. We'll jump in again and talk about it. I'm going to see if I can find a. Pretty sure it's behind closed doors, but I'm going to see if there's any way to get information from the SBF court case directly. See how that's going. Should be starting anytime now. Today, tomorrow, yesterday. Should be starting this week. So I'll see if I can find footage or something of that going on. If I do, I'll definitely share that. We will be having an interview on Friday with the Spotlight guys. So that'll be good. Definitely subscribe so you get notifications when we do other shows and when we have special occasions. All right. I'm going to leave you guys for today. Have a great Tuesday. Hopefully everything goes well for you guys today. And we see more interesting trends in the markets, and we see some more partnerships, some ways to block scams, and that kind of thing. Have a great day. Thanks for joining. I don't have a button to leave. Apparently I'm stuck in the matrix. Just a second. There we go. There it is. Just had to refresh the page. That's strange that it disappears the longer you're on. All right. Have a great day, everyone.